Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm gonna get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and thank you. And welcome back to everybody who's seen me before. I started this in 2019, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt. And I was doing a weekly video for my New Year's resolution, which I was able to keep the entire year, and I'm still going. And then last year was to be kinder and more compassionate to myself. And this year is to break up with processed sugar. So you guys, I'm still broken up with processed sugar, although I had dressing on something tonight and I noticed it had a little bit in it, but I, for the most part, have eliminated all processed sugar out of my diet, and I've still been going strong. So that is huge for me because that was my very best friend. The fear, shame, and guilt is still present, but not as much. And being kinder and more compassionate to myself, I'm getting better at it, but you know, I'm still practicing with it. I have to lean back because my neck is so bad. I live in chronic pain, and I was in an accident a year and a half ago, and that was it. It was time for me to not go back to my job that I was doing for almost 25 years. I was a hairdresser, and over time, my body, it was too much on my body. I had a couple of car accidents. I had a couple of surgeries, and then I had this car accident a year and a half ago, and that was my final blow to my body, taking me out of my career and my profession. And I swear it is God shifting me into another direction, which I swear, I'm like, I know what direction I'm going in, but I don't know what the job is yet. And every time I think like I'm ready, something happens to where I physically am put into, Michelle, your body isn't ready yet and you have to heal. And I was telling you guys last week, I've been going through, I applied for Social Security disability a year and a half ago. And that was really a hard thing for me to have to do. It was ironic because years ago, my body was going and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do hair forever. And my one friend said, you know, if you go for disability, Michelle, you'll never be able to buy a house. So I'm like, I can't. And then, you know, I had this guilt and this shame. Am I lazy? Should I be sucking this up? Should I, you know, so I was able to get a house, and I'm so grateful, and I love my house. And now I might be losing my house anyway because of the whole disability thing. And so I haven't worked for a year and a half, and I haven't gotten any income at all because I was self-employed. So I had a backup, and I had a backup to my backup, and it wasn't enough. And so I've been going through this process, and it is definitely ego deflating. I feel like there's this show called Naked and Afraid, and I feel naked because I am at my all-time most vulnerable time in my life because my body isn't good. I don't feel good physically, and financially it's not a good time at all. But I'm still happy, which sounds crazy. Like, I'm in pain, but I'm happy. Like, I'm happy that I'm not lying to myself every day. I'm happy that I'm not forcing myself to do things that I can't do. Like, my body will not do it. So I was telling you guys last week, I had my Social Security disability hearing was the other day, and I had a lot of anxiety and I was nervous about it. I had an attorney, and it was on the phone. So I got to sit in a recliner with a heating pad on this call where they tell you, don't say too much. Just answer yes or no. Don't talk. Be yourself. Don't lie. Tell the truth, but don't say your truth. So it's this whole thing of like, be yourself and don't be yourself, which it's like walking on a tightrope. So then I was just myself, and I told my truth as best I can under the circumstances of I'm nervous, I don't feel good, and I'm being told not to say anything. So it was really hard. And then the anxiety that I had before it even happened, I was crying before it even started. And then I just felt this peace and this relief of I'm gonna be okay no matter what. But in the meantime, what I've had to do is I've had to ask for all kinds of financial assistance, which I've never been in this position before. And there is so much, so it's like hard. It's really hard for me. But today I decided, somebody gave me phone numbers a couple months ago of Catholic social services, and I didn't call the number because I don't go to church. And I'm thinking, I can't call a place because I'm not going to church. And here, guess what? You can call the numbers even when you don't go to church. And like, this is stuff that nobody tells you. And I'm telling you guys, every number that I get for help, I will give to anybody, because it's like there's this secret underground world that exists that nobody tells you is there. And a lot of times the shame and embarrassment, you don't even feel comfortable asking people for because of the judgment. But at this point in my life, like, I cannot worry about what other people think of me if I still want to live in my house. So I am learning to lose every ounce of shame and fear and embarrassment that I have, because I have to accept help right now. So I know I feel like I'm gonna need another surgery again, which I think, holy shit, I can't go through this again. But my body is not right, and I hate this, and I hate for you guys to see me like this, but I just want to tell you about the human element. That's what was missing in my hearing yesterday, is like the humanity, the compassion. It was very like business, business. Like, they talk about you like you're not even there, like you're an object. And I'm like, I'm a person. And then I have to tell you, being like this is it's not a vacation. Having people not need you or your services is not something that makes you feel good. It actually is a very hard time of refinding out who I am and where I am. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's still continuing to watch me. Please stay safe, stay tuned, and I'll see you all next week.